What's going on, everybody? It's Lance Hayes with Sports Social Live and another edition of Houston Texans Week 9 Outlook versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In this episode, we'll discuss Devin Singletary leading the way, Dieter Eielson elevated from the practice squad, working week in the league, some playoff separators, Jimmie Ward, and some good news with him and the betting odds for the week in this episode of Sports Social Live. Hit the subscribe, like, share, comment. I love good debates. Let's get into it. What's going on, sports fans? It's Lance Hayes with Sports Social Live. Subscribe, like, share for all your digital content with Houston Texans, boxing, and anything in between. I love sports, and I just like to comment on it, on things that I like. I could do skateboarding one day. You never know. So we'll start off today's episode with Devin Singletary leading the way. Dameon Pierce is out. Some not good news, excuse me, some shocking news that Dameon Pierce is out. With Dameon Pierce out, Devin Singletary looks to lead the way for the Houston Texans. And it has a few questions out there for much of the Texans fanship. Like, how does Slowick call the offense? Will they be more of a pass first in the early down? Will Singletary keep with the foundation of the Texans and allow them just to keep the running game going, and he provide that athletic pop that Slowick likes to talk about with him? Will the offensive line step it up and allow Singletary to get active out there? I mean, his highest carries was around 12 or 13 against New Orleans, but that was more of a running back by committee. Will Boone step up and be that running back by committee? Will Dameon Pierce fans be kind of left out in the dust, or will the Singletary fans be happy? It is a lot to see, a lot left to the imagination. I think Slowick just stays with his foundation here and continues the run first mentality with Singletary. He's high on Singletary, so I believe that's the way he's going to go. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Sports Social Live, Lance Hayes. Subscribe, like, share. Moving forward, Dieter Eielson, a Yale alum, has been elevated from the practice squad. It shows me that they have a lot to look forward to with the offensive line. Just some mixing and matching. I wouldn't say looking forward to. I got a little ahead of myself there. But the mixing and matching of the offensive line continues to happen. Laramie Tunsil and Tyus Howard seem to be active this week, which is a good thing for the Houston Texans. It's great for the Houston Texans. I mean, we're better with them than without them. So how will we have this shuffle of offensive linemen working towards us, working for us? I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see if that run first mentality sticks with Slowick having to shuffle the offensive linemen. Will Devin Singletary be more of a fixture just for the week? Will it be a flavor of the week, or will this be just a foundational push forward with the mentality of Dieter being elevated for throughout the week? I'm excited to see it, and hopefully we're able to come forward and get out of here with a victory against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a working week. Speaking of working weeks in the league, it is a working week in the NFL. A lot of 500 teams are vying for a spot in the division. There's tons of work to be done. On paper, the week looks boring to me. It just looks like a stinker. But knowing that a lot of these teams are vying for position and potential playoffs in the playoffs, and it's kind of crazy to say that the Texans might make the playoffs. The Texans have the ability to sneak their way into the playoffs if they get back in momentum. So, with this week of playoff separators, I'm looking for in the AFC. I sound like AFSC, that's Air Force knowledge. I'm looking for the AFC to be kind of separated a little bit. I think there's like 13 to 15 teams that are 500 across the league, and the AFC has a lot of those teams. So how will those playoff separators work? What game are you looking forward to this week aside from the Texans versus Tampa Bay fans? Tampa Bay fans, chime in. How do you see the game going this week? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, like, share the Sports Social Live. Speaking of good news, it's great to see Jimmie Ward have his high school jersey retired in Alabama. It shows the impact and influence that he's had on his teams going forward throughout his career. He had a great impact at the 49ers, and I love the impact that he's having for the swarm mentality of the Texans. Him and D'Amico Ryans have brought that over, and you can see him being a floor general, a field general for the Texans. And you got to love what he's done. His influence is great. His impact is great. I love to see what he's doing for those Texas DBs. Congratulations, Jimmie Ward, on having your high school jersey retired. We salute you from all the Texans fans. I'll do it myself. On to some more fun, not more fun things. It's great seeing Jimmie Ward having his jersey retired. But on the nice note, let's sweeten our pockets up here. I don't have a betting site that I prefer, and all betting odds do change. But looking at the betting odds, the over and under for the Texans is at 40. For the Texans Tampa Bay game is at 40. With the Texans a -3 favorite. I've seen a lot of -2.5s, which I really preferred because I do feel like the Texans will kind of win it by a field goal. They might do a little bit more, but if they get that -3, I think it'll be there. I don't see the game being too crazy of a separator, although both teams have the ability to kind of pop off, especially with those fast and big receivers from Tampa Bay. But I think it's going to be more of a 24-17, maybe 24-21 type of game from the type of game that the Texans will control, and Fairbairn just kicks in that field goal. If anything, I do see that over hitting, so I'm going to lead the way with the over here, the over 40. And then if I'm feeling frisky, I guess I'll call it, I'll go with the Texans at -3. So that's my pick. I'll take the over and Texans -3. Limiting my bias here. I think the Texans have something going here, but I don't mind if you go the other way and Tampa Bay ends their losing streak here. So, hey, it's going to be a great game. In a separator for the AFC and NFC. That wraps up what we have here for Sports Social Live. I'm Lance Hayes, bringing the digital content across multiple platforms in a new, fun fashion. I'm a Houston Texans fan, a boxing fan, and all sports in between. Subscribe, like, share to Sports Social Live. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good one.